What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. We go live every Sunday morning before the games at 11 a.m. Central Time. So thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Looks like we already got Seth in the chat. Shout out Seth, one of our co-hosts, for joining the chat. What's up, Seth? And guys, it's week 2. We had a lot of buzz on week 1. We had a lot of winners and losers. Me and Bear, we started off our NFL season hot because my Las Vegas Raiders won, and so did Bears Dallas Cowboys. Bear, is there anything that you want to recap or acknowledge about Week 1? You want to say sorry to your Dallas Cowboys or anything like that?
I'm not going to apologize for mediocre play from the Dallas Cowboys. The offense looked very bad. The defense looked very good. That's just how it is. We scored 40 points. Hardly any of it was because of the offense. So, I mean, we looked good against a bad team. We'll see how we look tonight against the Jets, or this afternoon against the Jets. But hopefully we look better than we did in Week 1.
And we got James Brooks in the chat. Howdy, Bubs. What's up, James? Hopefully you have a good NFL Sunday betting-wise and watching your team get some wins. And guys, if you guys watched last Sunday, you guys noticed that we did an NFL pick'em. I won last week, sorry about it, but I won. I had a 10-4 record. Bear, you had 7-7. We disagreed on a couple games, and that's what pushed me to the end. You gave out the Titans, I gave out the Saints, you gave out the Seahawks, I gave out the Rams, and you gave out the Giants, and I gave out the Cowboys. And that's what pushed me to the winning week there. So shout out the Cowboys for helping me out there. And guys, let's move on to week 2. We got a lot of week 2 games, and me and Bear, we were talking pre-show, and we think there might be some disagreements here. So tune in, sit back, and relax, and we're going to be giving out some moneyline pick'em games. So if you guys like any of these, throw them into a parlay and, start your weekend off hot. And we're going to start with maybe the best game on the slate, the Kansas City Chiefs at Jacksonville Jaguars game. Bear, I'm really excited to see which way you're going to go because everyone knows we're based out in Kansas, but neither one of us are Chiefs fans.
Yeah, too many points here for the Jags at home, plus 3.5. I do want to say that Mahomes, as a single-digit underdog, basically doesn't lose. Or a single-point favorite basically doesn't lose. But the Jags plus 3.5, too many points. They do get Kels back today. He's going to be a monster out there, but we didn't see hardly anything from the Chiefs offense in week 1. Mahomes is still a god. He can throw it anywhere he wants, but the receivers dropped the ball. They failed him many times. Tony failed him many times. I think the defense will be better today as well. They got Chris Jones back, but the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley looks amazing. Kirk, they got ETN. They got a lot of weapons. Should be a shootout over for my pick. And Jags on the money line as my pick as well for just doing pick 'em. So Jags.
All right. Hey, and I'm fine if we're going to do spreads, but I know that we give out a lot of games on the website and on the YouTube, so we don't want to mess around with that. And guys, we all know that I hate the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm a big Las Vegas Raiders fan, so I don't know which way I'm going to go. I got my heart pulling me in one way, my head pulling me in the other, but I do know one thing. The Kansas City Chiefs did not look good at all in week 1, and the Jacksonville Jaguars looked pretty good against the Indianapolis Colts. It was against subpar competition, but I'm going to back Bear up. I'm going to go the Jacksonville Jaguars here in this one. We're going to start off on the same side with this pick. We're both going to go on the Jags on the money line with some plus money there. So maybe back us up if you guys like that as well. And it looks like we got some people in the chat. We got Cam saying hurt yourself, Bear. What does he want him to hurt himself because we're fading his Chiefs?
Yeah, it's a delusional Chiefs fan. He thinks that because they lost week 1, they're going to win this week. And they'll probably lose this week and then win every other game and win the Super Bowl. But, Chiefs fans are so butthurt after they lose one game, and they've won 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. So why don't you cry about it a little bit?
Well, I love the hot take there, and I agree with that. And talking about delusional fans, we'll go into my Las Vegas Raiders at Buffalo Bills game. And I'm delusional because I do think there's a great chance for the Las Vegas Raiders to win this game straight up, and that's why I'm going to be going. It does hurt now that Jacoby Myers is ruled out for this game with a concussion, but at the end of the day, we got Jimmy G at quarterback, and all he does is win. And if Josh Allen plays anything like what he did last week, it's just going to be an easy win for the Raiders. So I'm going with the Raiders here on the money line. My heart wants what it wants.
There is no chance in hell that the Raiders win this game. Bills on the money line, Bills spread, Bills everything, Bills. Josh Allen's going to dominate this game. Took a lot of heat from his last game, and he should be fixing games, but Bills win this game against the Raiders.
Yeah, he did not look good at all last week. We will see what version of Josh Allen we're going to be getting in this game. I'm hoping that we get a repeat of week 1. And this is going to be an interesting game. Los Angeles Chargers at Tennessee Titans. We have one of our co-hosts, Seth, in the chat, and you guys can go watch our NFL videos. because he gave out a game pick for this game. And it might have been surprising for a few people, but not for me, because I have to agree with them. I'm going to be going with the Tennessee Titans here on the money line, plus 120. I think there's going to be a big bounce back. The Chargers, they struggled in week 1, traveling all the way over to Tennessee for this game, and I don't think Brandon Staley is going to recover. It will be interesting to see if the Chargers lose this game, if they're even going to let him fly back on the plane. I would not have let him fly back on the plane last week, let alone last season in their playoff loss. So I think his hot seat is getting even hotter, and after this game, it should be tortured.
He is standing right now, Trey. He can't even sit down. He should have been fired 2 years ago. The Chargers are keeping him around for no reason. They have Kellen Moore. Give him the head coaching job. He will do much better. Vrabel's going to coach laps around this guy today. Titans on the money line will be my play.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to be sitting on that seat because his ass is going to get some third-degree burns on that. In this game, I'm really excited to see what Bears going to go in this game. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. This might be one of the better games on the slate as well. Bengals did not look good at all in week 1, but we all know that Burrow starts off the season slow, and he didn't have any preseason. So week 1 was basically his preseason. What version of Joe Burrow are we going to get in week 2, Bear?
We're gonna see Joe Cool in week 2. I'll tell you that much. I think the Bengals stomped the Ravens today. Even though I'm seeing a lot of sharp action on the Ravens at what are they, -3, +3, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Joe Cool today, he's going to dominate. Jamar Chase is going to score a touchdown in this game as well. He does great in their home games. I'm going to take the Bengals on the money line here.
It looks like we got a fantasy question from Seth. Can we trust Kendrick Bourne after a big week 1 breakout against a subpar Dolphins secondary? Kendrick Bourne, he was trending on Sleeper as one of the top pickups this week. And it's interesting because he's been on that Patriots team for a while now. And it's basically been him and nobody else. I mean, Devontae Parker, he was out last week. I think he's going to play this week. So I don't think he's going to get nearly as many snaps or as opportunities as what he got in week 1. So I'd be probably fading Kendrick Bourne. He's one of the guys I probably would have been looking to trade whenever his value was high after that big week 1 performance. But Bear, do you have any opinions on Kendrick Bourne at all going up against this Dolphins team?
Yeah, save your waiver wire pickup for next week. Do not pick him up. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, I agree with Bear. And then I agree with Bear here as well. I'm going to be going with the Bengals here. The Ravens are interesting to me with J.K. Dobbins going out with that Achilles injury. I don't know how effective their running game is going to be. I mean, with Lamar Jackson, he's going to be looking to do everything. They got Justice Hill as their running back at the moment, Gus Edwards. I don't think that's going to scare the Bengals. I think they're just going to be, putting everybody in the secondary and, asking Lamar to run against them and putting a QB spy. So I love the Bengals here, -170. I'd probably looking to be betting them as a couple unit play here. So I do love the Bengals here. And let's move on to these next games, guys. We're going to be moving into kind of one of the more interesting games of the slate. These are two teams that not a lot of people know about. Everyone's kind of having a lot of high hopes for these two teams. But before we get into it, looks like Cam Southard said, should I start Garrett Wilson or Gibbs today? Bear, I know that you're pretty high on Gibbs and probably not very high on Zach Wilson, but which way are you going to go with this?
Yeah, Trey, I've got a big problem here because this is my member play on the site. I gave a total and I gave a side. So if I give fantasy advice for one of them, it might slip up that play. But I will talk about Garrett Wilson. You can't play Garrett Wilson today. I'm sorry, Cam. The Dallas defense is too good. The Jets defense is very good as well. But Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson, come on, man. You can't play him. You gotta bench him until we see what happens. But do not play Garrett Wilson today.
Yeah, we saw last week Garrett Wilson, his fantasy week was saved by an outstanding, incredible catch, and you're going to have to bank on that every week if you're going to want him. I think he's going to be very touchdown dependent. And at the end of the day, I feel like it's going to be hard for the Jets to even get to the red zone. So I'd probably be fading Garrett Wilson. For me, I would be hammering Jahmyr Gibbs there. I know he didn't get a lot of week 1 usage, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be going up and up and up as the season goes on. And it looks like you already agreed with us. Had Gibbs in the lineup already, boys. Yeah, that's probably the smart move there. And Bear, he said that he can't give out any picks for this. Go check out our website, bearsprofitplays.com, if you want to see where Bear is going on this game. But if you want to see where I'm going, you just got to listen because I'm going to be giving out the Detroit Lions here on the money line. I faded the Seahawks against the Rams in week 1, and they did not look very good. The Rams looked really well against the Seahawks team. And now they're traveling to Detroit. Detroit's going to be buzzing. It's their home opener after they beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week. I think the Detroit Lions are going to be a pretty good team this year. And with this being their first home game of the season, that building is going to be rocking. I don't hate buying a couple points and just betting this game, honestly, at -2.5 for the Lions. So I love the Lions in this game. And Bear, I will be interesting to see. I'm gonna go over and read your article after
Yeah.
we get done here because I want to see which way you're going there. Because you were surprised with my fate of the Seahawks in Week 1, and this is a game that I
Mm.
think it's going to be hard for a lot of teams to figure out which way it's going to go. These are two teams that I think a lot of people want to see do good, with the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love and the Atlanta Falcons and mustache Artie Smith. Bear, which side are you going to be going? I'm really interested to see which side you're going to be going with this.
Yeah, I'd love to take the Packers, but they played the Bears in week 1. The defense was horrible. Jordan Love made a couple really good throws on third down to win them the game. I think the Falcons take this game. I mean, they're still young. They've got Drake London, they got Kyle Pitts, they got Bijan. Ritter's kind of an I don't know what he's going to be yet, but the stats don't matter, is what head coach said, and the stats don't matter if they win. So I think the Falcons win this game against Green Bay.
All right, I have to agree with you there. I love the Falcons in this game. If you watched their Week 1, you saw Artie Smith was fist pumping. He was pumped up. We honestly never saw that in the past. He was very stoic and never really did anything to show emotion, but he had the boys buzzing in Week 1 against their matchup against the Panthers. And this is a home game for them, and I think it's going to be buzzing again. ATL gets going whenever these Falcons are rolling, and the Falcons are going to be rolling in this game. I love buying a half point here and betting this game -2.5 for the Falcons, honestly. So the Falcons, I think, are going to win this game, and they're going to control the clock with Bijan Robinson. And then Bear, I
Also,
know that you're a
also,
big
real
Justin
quick,
Fields
real quick,
fan.
real
Which
quick.
side are you going to be going with the Chicago Bears at Tampa Bay Bucs game?
I also wanted to mention Aaron Jones and Christian Watson both out in that game for Green Bay, so things might
Yes.
be difficult on the offensive side. But moving on to the Bears Tampa game, what we got? Bears plus 2.5. Yeah, give me the Bears here on the money line. Big bounce back game from Justin Fields, 100 with his feet, 200 in the air. I love Justin Fields in this game, even though Tampa looked pretty good with Baker last week.
Yeah, and if you guys watched our NFL player prop video, you noticed that I gave out Justin Fields. So I do think he's going to have a good game here. But at the end of the day, I think this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team is a lot better than everybody thinks. Give me the Tampa Bay Bucs here on the money line at -135. This might be one of my favorite plays of the day. I love the amount of juice on this play that I'd be just hammering the money line here. A lot of people forget that, yes, Tom Brady did leave, but whenever he left, the rest of this Buccaneers team, offense and defense, stayed. They still got Mike Evans. They still got Chris Godwin. Their defense is still loaded. Their team is not bad. Baker Mayfield can, distribute the ball evenly and get the boys going. And that's what he did in Week 1 against the Vikings. And I think that's what he's going to do in Week 2 against the Bears. The Vikings are a lot better team than the Bears. And I think the Buccaneers are going to and I think the Bucs are going to be rolling for this game. So I love the Bucs here on the money line for my play. That might be a surprise pick there, but I love the Bucs. And guys, we're almost done with these NFL picks. If you guys have any fantasy questions, start sits, throw them in the chat and we'll be happy to answer them. And looks like we got a big AFC South battle. We got the Indianapolis Colts at Houston Texans game. I'm going to be going with the Texans here on the money line. Guys, if you know anything about Houston, their building gets rocking. I think Anthony Richardson's going to struggle in his first game there. I don't think he knows what he's going to be getting himself into. And whenever you factor in that this Colts offense is just brutal, their defense is pretty loaded. They still got Darius Leonard, Shaq Leonard on their team. They still got Buckner. They still got a lot of great players on that team. But at the end of the day, I think the Texans offense are going to be rocking. Their defense looked really, really good in Week 1. And I think they're going to eat up the Indianapolis Colts. And Bear, before you go, looks like we got a question. Dameon Pierce or Joshua Kelly? We do have Austin Eckler injured, so Joshua Kelly is probably going to be the RB1 there. And it is Dameon Pierce going up against this Indianapolis Colts. Who do you prefer out of those two?
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough sledding for Pierce today against that Colts front four. I think Joshua Kelly's got a good shot to be a top 10 running back this week. So I think Joshua Kelly's a play there. I think he can take a receiving touchdown as well. We know Eckler's a really good receiving back. So Kelly gets in an open flat or they set up a screen for him. I think he scores there. I think it's plus 550 for him to get a receiving touchdown today. So I like that play as well.
Dang, Bear came prepared for the Joshua Kelly stats. I love that. I'm going to be going with Dameon Pierce here because we saw the type of volume that he was getting. I don't hate Joshua Kelly, but we haven't seen what it's going to be looking like. Yes, he had a couple games here and there without Austin Eckler last season, but at the end of the day, Dameon Pierce, we know what we're going to be getting out of him. Chargers offense, it's so hit or miss. We don't know, and I guess so is the Texans. But at the end of the day, the Texans offense is run through Dameon Pierce. They run the ball a ton. So I would go Dameon Pierce there, but you can't go wrong. Just go with your gut. Bear likes Joshua Kelly. I like Pierce. So at the end of the day, you really know who you should trust there. And Bear, who's going to be your pick between the Colts and Texans game?
Yeah, two rookie quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson's the better quarterback in this game, so I'll take the Colts on the money line. He looked really good in week 1, and I hope that the Colts don't ruin him by giving him an injury because he took way too many hits in week 1. We saw him with like 15 seconds left on the 2-yard line and running, and he hurt his knee on the last play of the game, basically down by 10. That should never happen. He should have been out of the game, but I think he's the better quarterback in this game, so I'm going to take the Colts.
The Colts on the money line, and that's basically a pick'em game. It is a pick'em game, so it's basically whichever team you prefer, and you get the juice. In this game, it's going to be a heated rivalry. Over the past few years, this game has been really electric to watch. The San Francisco 49ers up against the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, it has lost a little bit of its luster over the last couple years, but it should still be a heated and chippy game. Bear, which side are you going to be going with this one?
Oh, I'd love to take the Rams, man. They looked very good in week 1. But I mean, if we're just going off of pick 'em, you got to take the 49ers here money line.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Steelers are significantly better than the Rams, and the Steelers looked like a JV team going up against this 49ers team. This 49ers team is stacked. I will admit, I was one of the people that did not believe in Brock Purdy, and I will still say I have a little bit of doubt in him. Maybe it's because he was a 7th-round pick, and I didn't see him play that much at Iowa State. He wasn't that prolific. I mean, he was good, but he wasn't anything too, outstanding at Iowa State. So I do love the San Francisco 49ers here. I will say at the end of the day, we just got to believe in them. And at the money line, pick them. We got to trust that they're going to win this big road game. But I think that the Rams building is not going to be buzzing as we'd assume, because I think that most of those fans there are going to be 49ers fans. So that's going to help them out as well. Let's go to this big game. This game is a game that I gave out on the NFL Game Pick videos. If you guys watch that, you'll probably know where I'm going to be going. The New York Giants at Arizona Cardinals game. And I'm going to be going with the Cardinals here on the money line plus 180. I gave out the Cardinals plus 4.5 in our videos that I put out on our YouTube this morning. And I believe that they're going to win this game straight up. 4.5 points, I said, was too many points to give this Cardinals team at home, with the Giants traveling across the country to go to warm Arizona. And I think that their offensive line is going to get destroyed by this Cardinals front seven time after time after time. Give me the Arizona Cardinals here on the money line.
Yeah, we're going to disagree in a big way here. I mean, I agree with you about the defense with the Cardinals. I think they looked really good. But, I mean, pick them Giants money line. I think you can take the Giants spread as well in this game. They looked really bad against the Dallas Cowboys, as everybody would against the Dallas Cowboys. But it was raining a lot. I mean, Daniel Jones looked like a baby giraffe trying to run, trying to keep his feet. He's going to look a lot better in this game. Hungry dog runs faster when it's hungry. Giants start 0-1. They need to win this game. Cardinals are not they're not going to make the playoffs. They might not even win 2 games this year. The Giants have a decent team. They can make a run at the playoffs. They need to win this game against a bad team. Giants on the money line will be my play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely taking the risk with that pick, but something was in my gut saying Dobbs is going to back us up in this game, and I think he's going to do a good enough job. And guys, we only got 3 more games that we're going to be choosing from, so make sure to drop any fantasy questions you guys have in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer them. And I know Bear is happy to answer about this game, the New York Jets going up against his Dallas Cowboys. Bear, which side are you going? Last week you faded your Dallas Cowboys. Are you going to be doing that again?
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention we have the parlay lock coming up, going for 5 straight after these last 3 breakdowns. I won't be giving a play trade because this is a member play on the YouTube side. So I will not be giving a play here. I see the spreads minus 8.5 now for Dallas.
Minus 8.5.
Line's going down. I won't comment on that, but this is a member play on YouTube. So go check out our YouTube channel on the member side if you guys want that play.
Yes, you can join our YouTube membership by pressing that join button below. Go to our YouTube channel and click that join button. $5 a month for plays every day. We give out YouTube member plays every day. It's a great deal going on over there. So I did not give this game out as a member pick, so I'll be happy to answer it. I will be fading the New York Jets. I think this game's going to be an absolute blowout. The Jets got absolutely lucky last week. They needed 4 turnovers and a special teams touchdown to win that game. That's not going to happen against this Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy, he took the air out of the ball last week, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to force Zach Wilson to beat him, and that's just not going to happen in this game at home for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's where I'm going to be going here with the Cowboys here in a blowout game versus the New York Jets. And guys, we only got 2 more games left in this game, and then Sunday Night Football. This game, I don't know if very many people are going to be watching it because it's not a too good of a matchup game. It's going to be the Washington Commanders going up against this Denver Broncos team. I'm going to go first here. I'm going to be taking the Denver Broncos. I would honestly be taking the Denver Broncos alternate spread minus 6.5 points in this game because they should win this game by a touchdown. Sean Payton has absolutely destroyed Jack Del Rio in his career time after time after time. And Jack Del Rio is a defensive coordinator for this Washington Commanders team, and this game should be no different. Broncos, they're getting Jerry Jeudy back. Their offense is getting cooking. Russ is going to cook. Javonte Williams is getting a little bit more healthy from his knee injury. So I think that as time progresses, this Broncos team is going to look better and better. And this week, the Commanders are just going to falter here. So give me the Broncos here on the money line. And I love alternate spread -6.5 as well.
Yeah, Trey, I'm not going to talk too much about this one because it is another member play on the site. I didn't give a side, I gave a total, so I will give my money line play. I'm going to go with you here with the Denver Broncos. But that's all I'm going to say about it because I don't want to give too much away for the total.
I love that. Go check out our site, bearsprofitplays.com, if you guys want all of our picks as well. And guys, this is going to be our last game we're going to be breaking down. And we're going to be going to our parlay lock and answer some more of your guys' fantasy questions if you guys have any. And it's Sunday Night Football, maybe the best game, most intriguing game of the slate. Miami Dolphins going up against this New England Patriots team. Both these teams honestly looked pretty good in week one. The Patriots, they struggled early against the Eagles, but turned it on really quickly late in that game to almost win the game against the Eagles. And the Dolphins, we all know what they did against the Chargers in week one. Tua, he's on pace for like 10K passing yards. Tyreek Hill, he's on pace for like 5K receiving yards. So we'll see what's going to happen in this game. We got to expect Bill Belichick's going to be cooking up something. But Mike McDaniel, he's going to be doing the same. He's going to be going in his lab. Bear, which side are you going to be going with on this game?
Yeah, Trey, everybody in the world is going to see that Miami -2.5, and they're going to look at that cheese and get absolutely torched by the trap that will be this game. The Patriots on the money line will be my play. Belichick last year against Miami, 21 points allowed, 20 points allowed. He's going to have a scheme ready for this talented Miami offense. The Patriots at home in a night game. Belichick in my corner. This is Patriots all day, every day. They should have beat the Eagles last week. They got down 16-0. Then they outplayed them for 3 quarters. Patriots take this game with ease. I don't think Miami scores 20 on Patriots tonight, so I'm going to take the Patriots.
This is tough because we got to give the respect to Bill Belichick, and we have to also give the respect to Mike McDaniel because he's been an offensive mind over the last few years, and he's been proving it time and time again. I'm going to be going with the Patriots here as well. I'm going to be back in Bear. I didn't want to, but I just had – in Bill Belichick we trust. Yeah. I think that he's going to know that Mike McDaniel is going to be wanting to put everything up in the middle of the field, and he's just going to force Tua to throw on the outside, and we'll see how that's going to be going for him. So I'm going to go with the Patriots here on the money line. So me and Bear is going to have to agree on that one. And guys, it looks like we have a question from Seth Henry. Going to have a big day. The Titans, they need to feed him if they want to win. I'm going to have to agree with that. It's going to be interesting to see how the Titans are going to look to attack this game because the Chargers, they gave up a ton of passing yards last week. And are they going to be looking like, okay, well, Ryan Tannehill, he can pass all over them? Or are they going to be looking to take the ball out of Ryan Tannehill's hands because he looked brutal in week one? So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be attacking this Chargers offense. But obviously, offense runs through King Henry.
147, 2 touchdowns for Henry today is what I'm going to call. Chargers defense is horrible. Anytime you can take the ball out of Ryan's hands is a win for the Titans. I think they run the ball nearly every play today, and they win the game against the Chargers.
I love that. And guys, this is the moment that you have all been waiting for. It's our parlay lock. Like Bear said earlier, we're 4-0, 5-0 with it. We've been hot.
5-0, yeah.
Yeah, 4-0. So we're looking to go 5-0 with this. So let's just keep it going. And I'm Bear. I'm going to have you give out your 2 plays first, and then I'll give out my 2.
I'll give 1 and then let you go.
Okay,
because I don't have my second one yet. I got to look here. My first one for sure is going to be A.J. Dillon anytime touchdown going up against Atlanta. Atlanta defense, not very good. Aaron Jones out. A.J. Dillon. They showed Eddie Lacy highlights the other day on Twitter, and I was looking at him for a big boy. Eddie Lacy couldn't move. A.J. Dillon's kind of got the build of Eddie Lacy. He's a lot more athletic than Eddie Lacy, but A.J. Dillon's a monster. He's a bowling ball. He's going to get short yardage carries on the goal line, and he's going to score in this game. So I like that play.
The absolute disrespect to compare A.J. Dillon Quadzilla to Cheeseburger Eddie Lacy.
Listen. Eddie Lacy back in the day when he was a big boy, I showed the highlights of the group chat. He looked amazing. He made safeties miss with juice. He was spinning. He was catching balls. He looked great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he did look good. I do miss me some Eddie Lacy. So my 2 picks, it's going to be the first one, the Tampa Bay Bucs on the money line, -135. I think that's the right amount of juice to throw in this parlay. It's not too juicy, and it should, kind of build this up a little bit. And I think the Bucs are going to dominate just like what they did in week one. This Bears team, they did not look too good. Their offensive playmakers did not gain much separation. Chase Claypool looked absolutely abysmal, did not seem interested, and DJ Moore can only do so much. Justin Fields has a lot of weight on his shoulders, and as opposed to Baker Mayfield, who has a lot of great playmakers he can just slice and dice to. So I love the Bucs on the money line as my first one. And this one, guys, I don't think you're going to be liking any of my two plays, but I'll tell you this. I have a lot of confidence in both of them. My second one, it's going to be going up against this New York Giants at Arizona Cardinals game. I'm going to go alternate spread here. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 7.5 on the alternate line. That's just how I love it. Once it loads, I guess. But that's just how I love it. I think the Cardinals are going to be dominating in this game because, like I said, their defense looked really good, and the Giants' offense can only do so much going up against this team. So those are going to be my two picks. I got the Buccaneers on the money line and the Cardinals at plus 7.5 alternate spread. I think those are going to be great builders to a great parlay.
Yeah, Trey, those are both games that we disagreed on. I took the Bears and the Giants. So why don't we go up to the Raiders game here? And I'll disagree with you on this one. Give me the Bills minus 6.5. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. The Bills are going to score 40 points on the Raiders. Let's check. Can you check the weather for me real quick? Can we get a weather check? I don't want to go into this game and be 50-mile-an-hour winds and raining.
Let's see what the weather says. Currently, it's 75 degrees and 6-mile-an-hour winds.
No rain in sight. This smells like a 50 burger from the Bills today. They got embarrassed in week 1. Josh Allen looked horrible. Bills minus 6.5 might be the best play of the entire year so far. So that's where I'm going for my last play.
Parlays plus 871, guys. And that is honestly our least juiced one. Usually it's been the plus 1,000s, and we have hit every single one. We can't promise it's going to hit, but we just say that we've been hot, and that's hopefully going to keep it going into week 2. And guys, we've really enjoyed this video. We're going to stick around for maybe a couple more minutes, see if anyone has any more fantasy questions, start-sit questions, or any game pick advice. We would love to give out some betting advice as well while we are live. And guys, we give out MLB videos, NFL videos, college football videos, and we also drop fantasy videos every Tuesday. So look out for that. And also, we go live every Friday, and we give out our big college football game pick preview guides. So, guys, we give out a lot of content here. And Bear, do you want to kind of touch on our website and what we got going on over there as well?
Yeah, BearsProfitPlays.com. Go over there, become a member. $5 a month. It's so cheap. You'll make your money back in one play. Only $5 a month. $24.99 for 6 months. $49.99 for the year. Super cheap. We give out plays every single day. Yeah, hit that Bears Picks tab, would you? We also give out free plays. The top one. Oh, yeah. We also give out free plays. All of our plays from YouTube. And if you scroll down a little bit, all of our extra plays. Look how many plays are right there for everybody to see. And you get the little parlay here. Anytime touchdown. Barkley, Kelsey, Chubb today if you guys want to write that. But, yeah, I mean, it's fun over there on the site. We give out a lot of plays. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But most of the time, I feel like we win. So, yeah, go check out the website, BearsProfitPlays.com.
Dang, that's a good anytime touchdown parlay. I'm gonna go, plug that in. I don't like seeing a Kansas City Chiefs score a touchdown, but at the end of the day, whenever Kelsey's playing, he's gonna be scoring, especially with his first game. I think he's gonna be doing that fake injury, twerk that he did on the practice. I think he's gonna have that, potted up, ready to go.
Yeah.
But guys, that's gonna be the end of our episode. It was just a little short and sweet today. We gave out all of our, pick 'em game picks, and we gave out some fantasy advice along the way. Guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm sure Bear does as well. And go check out our game picks on BearsProfitPlays.com as well. Like Bear just said, we got a lot of good things cooking over there. But until next week, guys, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you guys next